Hello there, I'm Kevin Egan and welcome into a very special edition of the BTN Soccer Report. What a wonderful few weeks it's been for Big Ten soccer. The Penn State women's team came so close to national honours, losing in the final to UNC. And then, 1 week later, on December 9th, the Indiana Hoosier men's team went one better, toppling Georgetown by 1-0 in a thrilling final. A national powerhouse? I think so. That's a record 8th title for the Hoosiers, and this is how they did it. They beat Creighton by 1-0, a goal by Femi Hollinger-Jansen in the semi-final. Georgetown progressed by beating Maryland on penalty kicks, and Indiana beat Georgetown by 1-0, Nikita Kotloff with the winner. And I'm delighted to welcome in head coach Todd Yeagley and star defender Caleb Konstanski. Lads, delighted to have you on the show. Major congratulations. And coach, we'll start with you. There was a great shot after the final whistle and your hands were up in your head. What was going through your emotions? Explain to me what exactly you were thinking at that moment in time.
It was overwhelming, quite honestly, Kevin. It was a really emotional moment. It was a bit reflective in a way, just on how we had gotten to this point, and a lot of years kind of passing through my mind of championship success, and it's hard to put into words what was going through it. I think after looking back, obviously there was some raw emotion on me. I had a hard time keeping it together, but so happy for this team and really happy for the program that we're able to achieve this.
Caleb, there's a great shot of you, obviously, as a younger lad with the trophy from years ago. You're a local boy from Bloomington. What did it mean for you? Was it a dream come true?
Yeah, it really was a dream come true. I mean, growing up, you see all the championship teams, all the winning success at IU, and then, when I came here, we were on a little bit of a dry spell from the College Cup, and then, my senior year to bring it back and bring the title back to Bloomington, it meant the world to me, and it meant the world to the whole team and the community. It's just been an amazing feeling.
Coach, we saw a little bit of footage from inside the dressing room before the game against Xavier. What was the dressing room like at halftime? That was a big team talk for you.
For the final?
For the final, yeah.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the guys were composed. Obviously, we were fatigued from what we'd been through, and it was go over some specifics on what we needed to do. I felt going in at half that if we were zeros, we were in a very good position. Obviously, we'd love to be up one, but in that game, when you knew it was going to be a really just leave it all on the field mentality in the second half, because both teams were tired. And our guys just need to rest, recover, save all their energy for what was ahead of them, go over some things we were doing well, make a few adjustments. And the guys went out and executed very well and were able to get that goal at a key time and defended where we needed to make sure we preserve the win.
You did preserve the win, but just about, I think it was 1 minute and 9 seconds left on the clock, Caleb, that chance came off the bar. And Louis managed to get a touch and clear the danger. I mean, what was going through your head at the time? I think sometimes it's nearly easier for a player. Players don't get as nervous, do they?
Well, we joke about it. That play was kind of in slow motion. It came in off a flick header, and I remember Louis yelling wide, and I remember looking at that ball thinking, I don't know how wide that could possibly be. And it hit the upper V of the crossbar and the post, and right when Louis held it, I was like, you know what, I think if that didn't go in, nothing's going in, and we're definitely going to win the national championship.
Nice one. And Coach, when I spoke to you before the Xavier game, one player you said you predicted that was going to come good was Nikita Kotloff. He scored 5 goals in the tournament, a remarkable player. What have you got to say about Nikita and what kind of tournament he had?
Well, he was Mr. November, and then I asked him if he would go into December a little bit, and he said he would do that for us. So that was kind of him. But he's one of the most talented players certainly this group has, and the players knew that, we knew that. He just needed to find his form and get confident. The early part of the year he was having some unfortunate finishes not go his way. He was pressing a bit. Once that ball hit the back of the net, and certainly the Xavier game, that second goal that really changed the game, was a fantastic finish, and he continued to ride that momentum and get to the right spots where he needed to, and he did a lot of things besides score some key goals for us. But no question we would not be celebrating this championship if it wasn't for Nikita and his goal scoring and his play throughout this entire year and this run.
Yeah, it was an uncomfortable game against Xavier, I think, until Nikita came along really with that second goal. But Caleb, looking at the path to the championship game, you've beat Notre Dame, number 1 in the country, North Carolina. What was the buzz like amongst all the guys in the camp? I mean, going from game to game, beating those powerhouses.
Game to game, we focused on that game like without thinking ahead. I remember after the Xavier game, we were really excited to see like Notre Dame. We have a rematch. We called it a redemption tour of 2012 because all the teams that we played have either beat us this year or the year before. And we took one game at a time. And when we beat Notre Dame in double overtime and knew we were heading down to North Carolina, I think for me, I'd lost there 2 of my first 3 years. And I knew we weren't going to lose there 3 out of my 4. So we really were confident heading in. We've been riding it. We've been playing well as a team, and then riding that emotional high. And it carried over from through that game into the Final Four. And it was just an unbelievable experience and run through the tournament.
And Coach, finally, obviously your father was a very, very proud man on that Sunday. Talk to me a little bit about what this means for Indiana soccer.
It means a lot. I mean, to be able to win our 8th championship, have these players have the experience that so many of our past players and alumni have had. It continues that rich tradition of playing for championships and, as we said, expecting to win in those games. And I was so proud of the way they handled each and every game. As the games got bigger, their confidence and their play just kept getting stronger, and it was a complete team effort, and it meant a lot. This is a special time, and one that every championship is special in this unique way. But no question, this group will go down as one of the special ways in how they got there and how they performed at the biggest stage. And couldn't be happier as obviously their coach, but obviously as an alum and someone who's been around this program my whole life. It was more than just as a coach being proud. It was a lot deeper than that.
Well, many, many congratulations. It was a special day with special fans as well. Don't forget the Hoosier Army have already started the Quest for 9, so good luck with that. Thanks so much for joining us. Congratulations again and happy holidays.
Thanks, Kevin.
Let's take a look at this wonderful success, an 8th national championship for Indiana. First 16 seed to reach the championship game, let alone go on and win it. An 18th College Cup appearance and 14th title game. And of course, Nikita Kotloff, the man, 9 goals this season, 5 goals in the tournament. Coming off an outstanding performance in the College Cup where he had 2 clean sheets and was named most outstanding defensive player, Indiana's Louis Soffner was one of 54 college seniors invited to the 2013 MLS Combine from January 11th to 15th in Fort Lauderdale. Soffner was a 4-year starter for Indiana, starting 83 of 84 career matches. 2 other defensive players from the Big Ten also got the nod: Michigan's rock at the back, Kofi Opare, and Penn State's Mr. Reliable, John Gallagher. Well, that's about all we have for you for this edition of the BTN Soccer Report. In fact, that's all we have for this season. Thank you so much for tuning in over the course of the season, and thank you to everyone who helped put this show together. Happy holidays, and we'll see you next year.